All right, students, we're looking at problem number 4 on page 104. Here it is. So something weird happens with all this canceling. Okay, all this solving, all this canceling. In some cases, something really weird happens. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we do this problem. All right, so, okay, we got a distribution over here, and then we don't. So let's go ahead and distribute. Suppose we could be a robot. 10x plus 12 is going to equal a 10x plus 12. That's kind of fishy. So right away, something should kind of set you alarm. There's the same variable on both sides. So which one's smaller? When they're the same, I don't know which one to get rid of. Well, let's just kind of see what happens. Minus 10x, minus 10x. The variables completely cancel. So I have 12 equals 12. All right, so something happens, students, when the variables absolutely, completely cancel and they go away, you're left over with just an equality statement, 12 equals 12. Now, is that true or false? Well, that's absolutely true. Okay, so if you're left over with just numbers and it's true, that means this equation will always be true. Doesn't matter what you plug in, it's always going to be true. So I think they call that an identity. Identity, okay? Also known as all solutions. Okay. What does that mean? That means every single number is going to work no matter what you plug in. You plug in 100, it's going to be the same. You plug in 4,027 and 0.5, it's going to work. Okay. When you have a true numerical statement at the end, it's called an identity, or you just say all solutions. Everything is going to work. Now there's another situation that we'll talk about right here where it may not work. So here we go. Let's do some math here. Here's the got it question, number 4. Distribute. Again, if you need to push pause and copy those down and then push play, you know how to do things. 12b minus a 6 is going to equal a negative 6 plus 12b. All right, so right away, it's kind of fishy. It's basically the exact same equation. So you don't even really need to solve. Okay, as soon as you see it's the same variable and the same number on both sides, I automatically know it's going to be identity. Identity, okay, aka all solutions. It's always going to work. It's always going to be true. Okay, so if it's the exact same equation, 12b's, negative 6, yeah, it's identity. Those equations equal each other. They have the same numerical identity. That's why you call it identity. Okay. What was I at? Oh, here we go. Next one, 4b. Now, what happens when the variables cancel and it's not equal to each other? Let's talk about that here. Negative 1 times u is basically opposite. We have a 2x plus a 7 equaling a negative 1 times a 3 is a negative 3. And then negative 1 minus a 2x would be plus 2x. There we go. Let me double check. Yep, you become negative and then you'd become plus. All right, the x's cancel. All right, students, how many times does 7 equal a negative 3? Okay, it never does, right? So you would say no solution. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. When the variables cancel, it's either everything or it's nothing. Okay, there's a beautiful thing in math. When you're solving, you either get a solution, all of the solutions, or no solutions. I'm going to give you a little teaser here. Do you want to know what these 3 situations are related to? They're related to the 3 ways that 2 lines can act. 2 straight lines, okay? 2 straight lines, if you were to draw them, you can make an X with them in lots of different shapes. Skinny X's, tall X's, whatever. They're going to crisscross once, okay? One solution. 2 lines could crisscross all the time. What does that mean? The lines are overlapping, okay? These 2 lines, it's hard to see them. There's a purple one and a red one. There you go. The purple-red line hybrid, they have everything in common, okay? Now, how could 2 lines have nothing in common? Either they crisscross once, all the time, or nonce. Oh, I know. Those are called parallel lines, students. Parallel lines will be beside each other forever and ever, and they'll never actually crisscross, okay? They have everything in common, nothing in common, or just, let's make that one red now, one solution in common, okay? You find one answer, all the answers, or no answers. So algebra solving, okay, has to do with how 2 lines relate to each other on a two-dimensional flat surface. They can crisscross once in lots of different ways. They can crisscross all the time, basically means they overlap, or they crisscross none. All right, cool. So that is what happens when variables cancel. You're either going to say all solutions, or you can say identity, okay? Or you can say no solution. All right, that's problem number 4.